Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It's Wednesday, February 26, 2025, and today's topic will be sketching elephants and also tackling big projects. But before we begin, welcome back if you're returning and welcome if you're new to the channel. I sketch and post every day, and I use a timer to stay focused and to build a sketching habit. I'm not really going to talk too much about the drawing process. I'm just going to be drawing an elephant, and to get warmed up, I'm going to start with some skeletal structures, skeletal sketches. And yeah, I'm just going to get warmed up, and there's no I'm just going to talk and sketch at the same time and eyeball a lot of this stuff. But yeah, I'm just getting warmed up, and if you want to use these videos as something to build a habit or sketch along with, then feel free to do that. And then also, if you kind of randomly look at the videos, sort of the topic, you might get some ideas for things to sketch. And also, if you just want to kind of see how I do something, that might be helpful. And then sometimes it's a little bit more kind of like a tutorial, but usually I don't really do tutorials. The main thing for me is to have the daily sketching routine. And with that said, the other topic is like tackling big projects, like I was saying. And I wanted to, that actually was the original idea, because that's what I'm working on. Is I have a project that I call Project D, and that's that's my writing project, and the artwork is a big part of it. I can't really separate that. And my comparison is kind of the way some people do conlanging, as it's called, kind of what Tolkien did, kind of invented the language, the Elven language, to, like, who knows which came first. Like, I have a feeling it was the language kind of thing that sort of created the world around it. And in a way, I'm like that, but like more visual. Like, I'm not really that great at inventing languages, although like I am researching it and everything, but I don't think that's going to be the main thing. We'll see. Well, that's kind of goes with the idea of like the big projects. So it is something I'm interested in, but like, yeah, it is like a big undertaking. So but so is the artwork. So that's kind of what I mean. I'm leaning pretty heavily into having the artwork be like a part of like the books that I want to write. And so what I did yesterday was so as I talk about this part of tackling a big project, I'll kind of talk about like what I use to kind of what I'm doing here, where like I use a timer and everything. So I still do like I always have a timer kind of thing. That's kind of its own topic. I've talked about it several times, so to speak. So I might just get as far as doing the skeleton here because I'm talking, and plus I want to get some of the details. I might not get all of the ribs correctly, but as long as I get kind of the proportions. But yeah, so what I'm doing with the writing project, aka Project D, as I'm calling it, it's going to, I mean, a lot of the art that I do is world building for that, so I'm using a timer to track, like, if I'm working on the project, like how much time, obviously, basically I'm doing like the 5-minute thing, which is how I started doing these videos, as I was using a 5-minute timer. However, I'm at the part where I'm kind of researching a lot of different things. So like, for example, I'm researching heraldry and like the history and all that. So I'm actually naturally interested in it. However, my attention isn't there. So I'll start the timer and it kind of counts up. And then once I kind of get bored of that kind of thing, but it doesn't have to be that topic. It could also be like languages or conlanging or map making or something like that. So that's kind of what I mean by it's a big project. So it's going to be daunting. And it reminded me of a saying that says like how to eat an elephant. And I'm just kind of remembering it, not exactly, but how they say to just do it piece by piece or something. Then that inspired me to draw an elephant today. But yeah, just as an aside, since I am drawing this elephant, I find it helpful to do the skeleton. It doesn't have to be exact. I mean, I don't have the patience to like count the ribs. But like I said, I think it's the proportions that help out. Plus it's fun. And it helps me to think. I kind of want to do a video where I talk about sketching as thinking, as like a form of thinking and like planning and stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm approaching working on my book series kind of the way I'm approaching sketching. Like I'll do a count up, so I'll just start researching whatever it is that I'm interested in, and then just let the timer count up to like usually 5 minutes if I'm starting to build a habit. Like that's usually kind of the thing. It's kind of it's a rule that I sort of give myself just to make it into a game. I just say like I'll do 5 minutes, but it's nice to have. I mean, if I didn't have an app, I mean, there's a lot of different apps that track time, obviously, but the point is that even if I didn't, I would jot it down in a notebook or something. Like I would keep track of it that way. So that's what I started to do, and I wanted to bring it up because I've been doing these videos and posting really consistently, and it's been awesome. I mean, I know that you don't always get an opportunity to do this kind of thing, although for me to be able to do this, I was sketching daily for like not recording it and doing like the 5-minute sketches and stuff. So it does work is kind of my point, although you should do it in a way that works for you. Like, as always, that's always my recommendation, is to do it in a way that works for you, because what I'm talking about here, as far as like tackling a big project, like, I mean, that's what works for me. And so kind of like the way that I use this felt tip pen. I mean, if it's working for me, I'm going to just kind of keep doing it just because I don't want to have to think about it. Although I do like to play around with different pens and markers and stuff and paint. So yeah, that's really going to be sort of the point of this video. So yeah, I'll update on the channel about the writing project, but I did want to point out that like I got started on it and that I'm using kind of the same strategy and the same methodology that helps me do these videos and to help me work on topics that I don't draw all the time, and that I also use to help work on the channel. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you for joining me for our daily sketching routine. If you like these videos, please support the channel. I do appreciate it. And until next time, keep on sketching.